So there's a story that I think no one's paying attention to because, as we know, there's too much else going on. But the Fed is preparing for bond fund runs, so they're looking at implementing exit fees to prevent investors from taking out their money, which is also something that you warned about.
This is just the bonds, though, right?
And it was another thing that they would never do here in America.
There's a good story with this too in Australia a few days ago, where they just implemented a new rule to make sure people were okay, because sometimes people's bank accounts get a little bit too inactive.
Yeah.
People just put money in these bank accounts and they just leave it there. They don't do anything with it. So the government is helping out now. When it's inactive for a certain period of time, I think it's like 3 years, they just step in and just take it.
Well,
to make sure, because if it's inactive money, I mean, it's just sitting there. You probably forgot about it. So they're going to take it, make sure they can find you.
and that was passed for good because people were, people were dying and family members were looking for money that they couldn't find from families. So they were saying, well, if it's an inactive account, we'll see if it belongs to your grandpa. And if it belongs to your grandpa, then that's money that you get.
Right.
But now they're saying, and it doesn't matter.
That's the government checking the couches for money.
The problem is that it's not their couch they're checking.
I know.
It's your couch. Like, so Pennsylvania has this, Stu was from Pennsylvania, they have this law already passed. And when we did our taxes this year, the accountant was like, okay, I just need the document on this one account. Well, it turned out that the state had confiscated that account from Melinda and I. That money was gone. And we were like, well, that's crazy. We call up the state, and the state's like, oh, yeah, we took that money 6 months ago. So we went to our state senator, and the state senator's like, oh, my gosh, you can't believe how many complaints we've been getting about this. And Melinda then started, there's a website.
No, yes, I can.
Well, you can look up the names of people who've had their accounts taken by the state. And we had 7 neighbors in our small community whose money had been taken by the state who had no idea that it happened.
Jeez. They said, why? I mean, what is this? What is
The philosophy is the same thing, that it's an inactive account.
Oh,
Did you get it back?
Well, so now the state legislature is changing the law to refund all this money because nobody knew the money was gone. So they take the money and they don't even tell you that the money's gone.
Well, it's an
It's
inactive
unbelievable.
It is unreal.
It's an
Unreal.
inactive account.
It's like the issue with like every scratch off lotto ticket. Like built into that, they know that 20% of the winners are not going to turn their tickets in.
Right,
it's like
right.
they know that with Joe. Joe might be the guy who's going to call us. I don't even know how to call my state senator, let alone actually go through the process of doing it. And it's like most people, especially
Right.
if you might not even if it's $400 in that account, you might not even remember you had it, and it's just gone.
Right.
You should
Right.
be notified of, hey, has someone died? Or
Yeah.
is this still an existing account?
Right.
Are you still?
Right.
Yes, leave me alone.
Right.
And then it's over. And then if they find out somebody's died and they can't find the people, then maybe you
Well,
do
that was
something.
what the Australia thing was. That was what,
But I want to take it again a step back and not give up too much ground here. They should never know if your account is inactive.
You shouldn't.
Who gives it? Why do they care? If I sit money in an account for the next 1,000 years and it does nothing, it has nothing to do with them.
Stu.
It's so naive, I know, but
So cute, though.
I know, it's adorable.
I still think you live in America. That's awesome.
So is it green cheese the moon is made out of? 'Cause
I've been there. I saw it talk last summer.
oh,